This is question 4 of the additional maths paper 2019. Okay, so today we're going to be looking at differentiation from first principle. Now, first principle follows a formula that we use in maths to basically prove where the differentiation comes from. So you should already know now, especially because we've done it in the previous question, that the power goes in front and then subtracts by 1. But we want to know why that initially happens. Now, the formula that we have is f of x, and then we say lim, so that's limiting, and we're going to use h. Usually you have another symbol, but h is easier to write, so I tend to use h because it saves error, and as long as you're using something along the lines, they're happy with that. And then we got f, and then it's going to be x plus h, so that's where your h is coming from, minus f of x, all over h. Now, your f of x in this question, just so you know, is that original sum that you have, okay? So the x squared plus 7x minus 2. So when we add h to it, what we're going to do is see that this question then changes. So let me just write that in. So f of x plus h becomes x plus h squared plus 7x plus h plus 2. So everywhere where I had x, it's now x plus h. Hopefully that makes sense. So again, lim h is going to 0. This is the longest line you will ever write, but it's not too bad. So we're going to now be taking them away from each other. What I've noticed before is that minuses tend to cause a lot of problems, so just be aware. And I'm just going to expand out some of this already. So remember, that gives me x squared plus 2hx plus h squared, and that's going to give me 7x plus 7h plus 2. Okay, so we've got x squared plus, I'm going to write these in order, h squared plus 2hx plus 7x plus 7h plus 2. Told you it was going to be a long line. Now, everything from f of x for the normal one, we are now going to be subtracting. So what I'm going to do is change the colour, and each term, because I'm subtracting it, I'm going to straight away put the minus there. So f of x, so minus x squared, minus 7x, and then minus 2. So because I'm taking it away each time, that's why I've done that. Also, everything is over h, so let's keep that there. And then we're going to be writing our next line. Yep. It's not so big this time. Okay, so where they cancel out, I'm no longer going to need them. So that x squared by here is cancelling out with that x squared by there. So it's just left me with h squared. 2hx, nothing's happened with that one. So that can stay. 7x is minus 7x, so that's now disappeared. 7h has stayed the same. Then plus 2 and minus 2 have disappeared. I'm just going to reduce that line a bit because it looks a bit silly otherwise. And that's all over h. Okay, so when you're at this stage now, it's important that we divide by h. because by dividing by h, we're just going to get rid of that bottom line. And as you can see, everything on top now can be divided by h. So again, the next line, lim h equals 0. Oh, my h has gone there. And this time, h squared divided by h is just going to give me h plus 2x plus 7. Now we're going to use that h equals 0. So dy by dx is equal to, well, we've got 0 plus 2x plus 7. dy by dx is equal to 2x plus 7. And that's it, differentiated. And now you can check, because we can go back to the start and we can go, right, okay, so I know the 2 would have gone in front, which gives me 2x, minus the 1, that would just be 2x, that's fab. 7, there's no, well, it's going to be no power, because see where there's a 1. If I do 1 minus 1, that goes to 0, but obviously if I times 1 by 7, that also just stays as 7, so that's why that didn't change. And that's it. Okay, if we have a look at the mark scheme now, there we go. So alternative notion, that's because I've used the h instead of the sign that they've used. And making sure that we've intention to subtract that. So first of all, put it into the formula, which I've done. So I've got my b1. I've then subtracted, so I've got that. I've then put the fact in that, as you can see, going along, that where my x's, where my h's are. So I've divided by, and that's why, and then made the limit. So I've shown all of that part, and that's where the plus 7 is by that, just in case you've wondered what's happened. So the main thing is that you collect your terms, obviously cancelling out, you divide by h, and then with HO becoming 0, so using your limits. So I probably should have written limit at the top. And that's why it becomes 0. So then dy by dx is 2x plus 7. Okay. So if you have finished and done all that, well done. It's all completed. Go. And you're all done for today. I just need to stop recording.